Hi there, this is Matt with State of Flux here with a review for Killers of the Flower Moon. This is one that I kind of resisted seeing theatrically because of its runtime, because I'm not the hugest Martin Scorsese fan. I think he has made good movies, he's made some great movies, but in general I'm not a fan of his form of direction. And when I say direction, I don't mean like the composition of shots or how he pulls performance from his actors. I mean the direction he takes his stories. He is concerned with the human element of sort of like the dirtiness of human nature. If I were to levy a complaint about this film, it is one that has been repeated a couple of times over, which is this is a good, if not great film told from the wrong perspective. It is told from the perspective that Scorsese is most interested in, which is those of the criminals, the mindset of the crime, and whatnot. Whereas this should have been the story told from Lily Gladstone's character, who is phenomenal. Not only is she a great character, but she is performed perfectly by Lily Gladstone, and I'm glad she got an Oscar nomination. I'm glad she is currently the front runner to win. I think that Emma Stone might usurp her possibly, but I'm firmly rooting for Lily Gladstone and Carey Mulligan to kind of take the gold home come Oscar night. But this is a very good movie. It is long, and it does feel its length. Had I seen this in theaters, I don't know if I would have liked it as much as I did seeing it at home, where I was able to break it up into about an hour and 10-minute chunks. Viewing it as a miniseries, I liked it. But even still, I do feel like you can shake a good chunk out of the first two-thirds of this movie. The first hour of this movie, it takes almost a full hour for you to really understand what the plot of this film is going to be. And then in that second half of the film, or the second hour of the film, it just kind of meanders a little bit. None of it is bad, but I do think this is a situation where if they had gone to a traditional theatrical market, shook out about an hour and 20 minutes of the runtime, this is a solid 2 hour and 15-minute movie that you can make from it. Now, if you want to James Cameron it and release, like Aliens or The Abyss or T2 or whatever, and do your theatrical strict runtime of 2 hours and put out a really good movie that's just kind of rocking, and then for those who respond well to that, release a director's cut that can give you more of an informed position on the film and some of the more nuance that was lost that didn't necessarily make the theatrical cut. I think this is a prime example of what you could do with that format. This feels like a director's cut for a much stronger, shorter film where the deleted scenes help to enhance the strength of that theatrical film's quality. But alas, this is the only cut of the movie that we have, and I do feel it's overlong. It works as a miniseries, but as a feature, it just feels its length. I was noticing the runtime, particularly in that first and second act. Now, the third act is where the film really comes together and becomes, goes from being a good film to a great film, and I think that last from the courtroom scene on is just straight fire. There is no complaints, minus the somewhat unusual and self-indulgent final line of the film. But, Scorsese gonna Scorsese, I get it. And this isn't the first time he's done something similar to that. That said, I liked it. I loved the score. This is of the nominated scores, this has the best score. And I really am rooting for that to win. I think Oppenheimer's going to take that trophy, and it's a shame because Robbie Robertson did a phenomenal job, and for his posthumous Oscar nomination, it is worthy and the best option that is there. As I say, I'm rooting for Lily Gladstone. It kind of is curious to me how De Niro got a nomination. He's good, as De Niro is always going to be, but he's not great. I feel like that nomination is secured purely with how he says the word oil. Every time he says the word oil, he like just says it in this way that is just rich and thick, and you want to hear him say it again. And he says it a couple of times, but not enough for my liking. However, I'm convinced that that is what got him his Oscar nomination. Just the delivery of "that land has oil on it" is chef's kiss. That said, I would have subbed him out for other Leonardo DiCaprio was amazing in this film, as he usually is. But actually, Jesse Plemons is phenomenal in his little bit. He doesn't have a lot to do, but I would have given the supporting nod to him. I also like the stealth John Lithgow. And for all the people that were really bashing Brendan Fraser, first of all, he's got like 4 minutes of screen time, but he wasn't bad. He was over the top, but he's completely believable as that type of lawyer. So I do take umbrage with those folk. That said, I really enjoyed this movie. It gets a firm 3, if not 3.5 star movie or review rating from me. What did you think of this film? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff.